is a poor man or a weak person's gets back sort of a feeling. You know, when I can't fight somebody, something happens to them, I'm just like, thank you. See, karma. God has come to my aid and fought for me. Or God has fought for me. Sorry, God has fought for me or something like that. That's karma. And something bad happens, so you know. It doesn't work that way. These guys who live normally, if they're going to die young or die old, if they're going to have depends on their lifestyle, by the way, right? If they're going to have health problems that cannot be cured and all of that stuff, none of this is going to give back what they have taken or what they are taking from you. I mean, if you want to take documentaries of people reacting to losing loved ones, people they love that just died because they can't afford the medical treatment, as cheap as it might be. Then they cry with tears and they curse the government, they curse the politicians. Some of them will still go back and collect money and collect a cup of rice and all that. But it doesn't work that way, my sister. You would have to put actions to it. Okay? So if we have 87 million Nigerians reported as people living below poverty, these are the working corpses, and more people are joining them. So imagine if all these 87 million decided that, this is too much, it's over. Even the whole world will be shocked. Because I move money here. So no amount of courses and all of that can really work. But for it can be very therapeutic too. Yeah, it's kind of a coping mechanism. Long. I have it why except if I'm not worshiping you. If I'm not serving you, Heavenly Father. Between now and 7 days, I want you to show that you are mighty God. I'm like, come on, man. Stop trying to make God a magician, except if you're actually calling your sky daddy, that kind of, that's blasphemy. Baba, leave God, face these guys and see how fast you will change everything. You will change things for yourselves and your children. Take a look at I played this video earlier, right? They have an anthem at the end of it. Okay? And Nigerians, right? They will turn everything into a joke. I look at these bowls. The pepper, 10,000, 25,000. So no wonder people are now using cucumber instead of tomato on the streets.
My 12. We'll do 10,000. This one 10,000. How much is this one?
This is 8,000.
One Nigeria. 8,000. This one 10,000. This small one. This one 15,000. This one 35.
45.
25. My father not Ghana le man big.
85,000 tomatoes. Tomatoes 25. This one okay? 11.5. If you do video, come on, your job. Don't be. I show my friends. They made a company market. The other one, you don't go say 3,000. Where are we going to in this country?
Nigeria, we are hungry. No food, no light, no water. Pepper is cost, garri is cost. We can't even buy rice. See our children hungry. No food, no light, no water. Pepper is cost.
You know, Pepe is cost, Gary is cost. We can't even buy rice. Nigeria, we hungry. Then I should master that. That's kind of like should be the anthem. That too should be the anthem. That's the situation. And those ones get calcium. Let's see some of them. That's why sometimes I feel sorry for you, the Abobakus. Okay. In the time of Bokwari, the Buharidins, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unekaris, the sophisticated morons, the humbled slaves, even the Abrodian Buhari idiots, your uncles and aunties abroad. The Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers, as well as but I'm actually those of you were like the Buhari idiots of that era. Una get calcium. Now see they feel they afford food. This Tinubu time, some of you, the Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, all of them, voluntary slaves, bad start, bad idiots. The kind of hunger we go catch you, stroke, you will get stroke at a young age if you don't cease and desist now from defending the criminals that Omadaroba ini. Once you see everything, whatever you see you the chop. That's if you see anything to eat at all. Then you will struggle and then scrape some money, load your phone, and then you will come on social media and you begin to tell everybody, tell whoever care to remind you, ikú dẹ̀dẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n, ikú rèé o, ikú ló fi ń ṣeré yìí o. You begin to use that little change that is left in your wallet. You begin to defend call. Wo ti calcium ẹ bá ti tó bá depreciate tó stroke báyìí ni bóyá máa ká lílé yìí. Wọ́n máa ta phone ẹ̀ kò ní ká. Like they will sell your phone, it won't even cover it. I've seen it before. You have heard what I'm talking to some of you are like the sewage dwellers, the Lagos Abobakus. Go and read about it. You must see something, I don't know, something. It's very bad. The calcium never to depreciate. O ma kaba yere. Kolojo to de o ti gbon pa iku alapadupe. Àwọn ikú tó máa sọ pé ikú ti bò ti fi ikú bò láṣìírí. You know those kind of iku. Ebi akaka, alapadupe. Àwọn ebi we go to make you the see vision. The kind of hunger we go to make you see vision. And you see these guys, they will continue telling themselves that they are doing well. Everything is fine. You are joining them to believe that everybody exposing them is an enemy. It's because they are their enemy. Oh, you are defending your enemy. The level of the kind of hunger that is going to happen to Nigeria is not from you, from the available data new. In the next few weeks, months, I don't know. What kind of hunger they said famine that happened to Egypt in the Bible that they said at a point people wanted to start eating their children or something like that. It could be like saying a low cost enter, but it's going to be this visible low cost. You might think it's us that are wishing this. No. Take a look at all the reports. People are dying, unreported. And you still have the strength. You still have the strength to think that those who don't like Tinubu, that is why it's about like or they don't like. It's about me, Yoruba, I'm Igbo, I'm out. You could have been now, but not slow death. Everybody they realize that now. Before everything to pack up, you're likely gonna make a video too to tell your fellow crumb eaters, ass lickers. I hope you will remember this. You say, that guy, that Mayegun, he said it too. Because I have been saying it. And that same thing happened now. You know, I told you something about the Tinubu's coastal road to nowhere. They are already cheating Nigerians before they even kind of complete 1 kilometer out of the 700 kilometers. They have changed the map. They have deviated from this. People were so loud to say, no, you cannot destroy our ancestral land. We buried our people there. We have our gods there. And the Yoruba gods cannot move anyhow. So the people that said the over $200 million investment, Landmark and others on that beach, right? They had to go. And indeed, they kind of cut them down, right? The same people, when they told them that Yoruba gods, they move anyhow. Okay, no leave, no transfer. The devil decided to redraw it. People we ain't gonna go redraw the coastal road to nowhere on their land. They to themselves are saying, this is not the new Shege they promise us. Esa, what did they promise you? What did Tinubu promise you?
This is Okun Aja, a coastal community in the Etiosa local government area of Lagos State, located along the axis of the multi-billion naira 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project embarked upon by the federal government. A close observation by the AIT crew during this visit to this community shows that the indigents here are not happy as they express grave fears following the latest alignment of the Coastal Highway project.
The coastal road alignment has been taken back to the old rejected alignment. And that's what we agreed on, and everybody was cheerful at the meeting. Until even when the president came for the commission of the project, we were there. We appreciate the effort of the Mr. President. But unfortunately, as you know, Monday, we read on the newspaper that the ministers had realigned the coastal road to another place. It's quite unfortunate because that's not what we bargained for, what we agreed for. We all believe on the renewed hope, but what is happening now is not anything like it's not a renewed hope anymore.
I am begging the minister to please look into this, to follow the rightful gazetted alignment.
For them, despite having approved building plans, certificate of ownership and governor's consent in their possession, as well as assurances by the Works Minister Dave Umahi during the stakeholders meeting that their property will be spared from demolition.
But to my surprise now, the government has been, diverted from the old alignment that was in the plan to the area which I built my house that was not even on coastal road alignment. So that now we that have our genuine document, our approval from the government, will now be the one now to face the consequences.
Our pleading to the minister and the president that we want the alignment to go straight to the old alignment. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State, now the current president of Nigeria, have already mapped out for the entire community.
They also called on the federal government to honor the existing plans, as the current scenario has left many of them not sure of their next move. Obinume.
Anarchy loans. Anarchy loans. Anarchy loans.
Thank you very much, Martinelli. I think I found the name. Okay. For those of you who are still defending these rogues and you do not have a safety net, be insurance. If you are doing this, defending this APC, based on the Ronuku standard, they said that thing that will make you kaku, be shaking. It is called the Una Never See Something. Una never see something. Una never see something. When finally that happened to you, Baba, even your friend will go miss you because you are just a number. You are just a statistic. How many people died from the cholera so far? How many? 67. Right. 67 people have died from cholera. 30 of them have died in Lagos alone. Do you know their names? Anyone? Nobody knows their names. Just 37, 35, 40, 17, 200, 600 people died, 70,000 people died. Do you know their names? That's how much value these rogues in charge of Nigeria place on lives of Nigerians. So you, when they defend them, iron and calcium, you can't chop grass like to the ewure jelly jelly aguton jemo jemo. You know, ewure jelly jelly in Yoruba is that goat where they chop anything. Let's say any goat wey waka with dog go chop shit. You can't see in Nigeria today, goat go chop shit. Say your friend no there. They say, may we not eat from our enemies. Show monkey you they play. You and your friend, when they starve, your enemy they cook. If it's gonna be your last supper, you don't go chop them. There's so many horrible things going on as we speak. If the victims are able to come out and give the account of what they're actually experiencing, a lot of people would never believe such things ever. Is that possible? You will never believe it's happening. And that's Nigeria for you. One of the things you may not think is ever happening is this conversation around, do you know that there are still nearly 50 people, if not more, that are still in jail in Nigeria because of the EndSARS protest, and they are not charged? That's Nigeria. Those people raided, picked up here and there during that national massacre of the protesting youth. I mean, Nigeria actually turned weapon on their own citizens, for God's sake. And the people who did that, they are still in power in Nigeria. And then they came out today and they said, no, that's a lie. Anyway, it was Shehu Sani that came out and said, see, Mr. President, there are still people who were arrested during the EndSARS protests. They are still in jail today, and the court, the judges, they continue, to postpone or never give them any hearing. How do you go out and protest against police brutality? And then the police have been brutalizing you for 4 years. So the police said, no, there is no one in their prison. I love this guy. He came out to clear the air. You should listen.
Dismissed claims by human rights activist Shehu Sani that there are EndSARS protesters still in detention. The NPF stated that the call by Sani on President Bola Tinubu during Democracy Day celebration on June 12 to release scores of EndSARS protesters still in detention is misleading. A statement by the Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adeboye said Sani's claim is misleading as no EndSARS protester is still in detention. It will be recalled that in October 2020, young people across Nigeria took to the streets calling for the disbanding of an abusive police unit known as the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, and for government to end police brutality. The movement was tagged EndSARS, #EndSARS. However, security forces responded with excessive force, including gunfire, which resulted in deaths, serious injuries, and arrests. Joining us now on the morning show is Ayoyinka Oni, Lagos State Chairman, African Action Congress, AAC, former Lagos Coordinator, Take It Back Movement, and co-coordinator, EndSARS United. Good morning, and welcome to the morning show.
Thank you for having me.
Who should we believe here? Well, Shehu Sani or Olumuyiwa Adeboye, although I'm tempted to stay on the side of Shehu Sani, given the record of the Nigerian police that we know.
Thank you very much. Well, I don't know what the police PR is trying to do or if politics is trying to play, but there are facts that there are people still in detention. and they have names, they have faces. We have been having numerous prison visits since 2020 till date, and we have their names, and people have been released. Darry Williams is still in detention. He was picked due to EndSARS. You know, Daniel Joibu is still in detention, was picked due to EndSARS. Ismail is still in detention, many of them, and there are lists of people that are still in prison. So when the government is saying, or through the prayer that people are not in jail, they were pardoned, it sounds a bit funny. What are they trying to play?
All right. So you mentioned names. You say that they're not, the police is in very little economical with the truth. What would you say has been the efforts by groups like yourselves? And I mean, Mr. Shehu Sani spoke up on Democracy Day. What efforts have been made, and what has the response been like? Because I know that the advocacy never stopped. I know that the campaigns never stopped in terms of, I've seen a few of them around. So what have you done, to what extent, and what has been the response so far? Has it always been denial, or have there been engagement to the police force?
Yeah, so basically the police have done what I would call a wicked duty of picking up people illegally and accusing them of numerous crimes. Obviously, when you pick people up, you're not going to say they're EndSARS protesters. It makes no sense, you know. So they just accuse them of arson, armed robbery, and maybe public disturbance, which they have not been able to prove for 3-4 years, and they dump them in prison, Kirikiri Koyi prison, and they lay their hands. So basically, where we now have issues is with the judiciary. Some of them don't have lawyers. We get lawyers for them. Over the past 4 years, Take It Back movement and some other groups, EndSARS United, have been able to get people out of jail. You know, Nicholas Umba was one of the earliest released in 2021. Then we had Shiya Ubola in December, Sunday Okoro. The latest 3 that were released recently, Olumide, Oluwole, they were released March 2025. EndSARS protesters. 2024, sorry. Okay. March this year, just a few months ago. And guess what? Where we have problem is the judicial system. A case of Darry Williams, he has had over 18 times in court. And what is going on? Adjournment. What's
he accused of?
He's accused of armed robbery, arson. And Darry Williams, I'm not mistaken, was not even picked in October. I think it was late December. And guess what? Because he posted videos of police being beaten and being molested during the EndSARS on his WhatsApp TV that he downloaded from Twitter like everybody. And he was picked up, taken first to Sabo police station, spent days there, tortured, beaten, before he was taken to SARS, from there headed up as Kirikiri. So the judicial system needs to help us. All this unnecessary adjournment. If you said a young man of 21, now he has spent four bed days in police station, in Kirikiri rather. You know, prove it that he was an armed robber or arson. But no, that has not been done, and keep adjourning case over 18 times. It's unfair.
Let's humanize these people. Let's go through this case by case file.
Okay.
There's this poster, EndSARS, victims in Sanwo-Olu's prison in Lagos 2020. Sadiq Rilwan, Hakeem Aziz, Charles Gustin Adele, Eedris Lawos, Quadri Aziz. Is Hakeem Aziz and Quadri Aziz, are they brothers?
They are about 31. So let me
31 of them. Moses Ofoke, Kabiru Ajetumobi.
Let me break down that list. So this list was released late 2023.
Okay.
I think before the election or after the election. And as at that time, most of these people were still in prison. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the case. The case is that movement and lawyers do not have the strength.
Are all of these people still in prison?
Most of them, not all. About 3 of them have been released out of this list. Okay. Some of them have their own lawyers, which we don't know. Yes. Okay. Some of them have their own lawyers, which we don't know. And some of them being in jail for over 4 years have accepted the plea bargain. You know.
So this, at least for your own record, you can have those names of those who have been in prison for the past 3 years, nearly 4 years now. Okay, and Nigeria is practicing democracy. There were so many of them that the police now had to put them on trumped-up charges: armed robbery, arson, assaulting police officer, public disturbance, and so many others. Or the intention is just to keep them there.